Hey guys, and welcome to week 13 of the long road to hell. This is the next to last week that I'm doing this first season. As I mentioned before, I don't know if I'll do a second season or if I'll just do a second season of 100 days focusing on the Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord, or I don't know. Depends on, I guess, people's reaction or lack of reaction when these videos come out. I had finished pretty much the previous video talking about this manga kit that I had found while I was unpacking and reorganizing my work area. And I was kind of debating whether if I should do it as a live stream or as a video series. So I decided to do it as a video series of live streams. So I just finished, if my voice sounds a little raspy, I just finished doing a live stream that went just a little over 1 hour. As you can see here, it is the Manga Practice Kit Challenge Part 1 and other stuff chill art stream. And that's pretty much like the normal intro to the live streams that I do, where I kind of show the catalog of Truthful Comics issues that are available to purchase online, either a physical or digital downloads. As the ad says, it's available at Indie Planet, so you can definitely go there or go to truthfulcomics.com to the shop tab, and you can find links to buy every, you know, every comic that we have available. And this was actually a lot of fun. This is the first time I actually do a live art stream, and I really enjoyed it. I went over through the first two exercises of the book, which is doing like the front head of a male and a female character, and I did it all left-handed as well, so just to like up the ante on the whole challenge aspect as well. This was a lot of fun to do. I did this around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock a.m. here, Eastern time, in Puerto Rico, where a lot of my followers are from, since there's an hour difference because of daylight saving. That's more like 5, 6 a.m. over there, so I actually had quite a few people viewing and liking and sending me comments from there, which is cool. Like I've stated before, I'm not used to having actual interactions on live streams, since I do it at such odd hours like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So like these past couple of live streams actually has been like, the one that I deleted a couple of weeks ago was like in the afternoon, like maybe like around 5 o'clock or something like that p.m. or 4 o'clock p.m. I don't really remember well, to be honest. I had like a lot of good interactions there and people sharing the video and whatnot. And this one, for the early bird, like I think I said early worm in the in the live stream actually. I would like to say that that was a reference to The Office. The early worm gets the worm. Yeah, pretty much, I guess. So this was actually like my fourth attempt at doing the live stream, because I was having some technical difficulties as well, especially streaming to the Facebook side of things. Usually when I have trouble with the streaming, it's going to the live stream on my Facebook for some reason. But anyway, I was able to fix it relatively quicker than other times. This time I was pretty aware that it wasn't going to Facebook, so I was able to, yes, go ahead and fix that in an appropriate amount of time. Yeah, look at my early morning face there. I just had like a quick breakfast and started streaming. Yeah, it's been fun doing these kind of videos. Hopefully I'll be able to at least once a week kind of do this kind of chill art stream in between all the other stuff that I'm doing. So I'll go ahead and end this segment right here, and just kind of like talk about what I'm going to go through this week, because it is going to be a very tough week physically. All right, guys. Now that I got done with the streaming and whatnot, I do kind of want to give that bit of the update that I was speaking of. I mentioned that this week is probably going to be one of the toughest, if not the toughest week, of making these videos, physically speaking. Like, it's happening in the last 2 weeks of filming this. Incredible. Like, it almost always seems that whenever I do like the 100 days challenge, or I start recording like my progress of doing something, something extremely challenging happens that kind of threatens to derail a little bit what I've been trying to accomplish. So as I mentioned in the previous video, I'm going to go through a bit of a procedure with dental procedure. It's something that I've been doing since pretty much the car accident I was involved with in 2010. I've mentioned it before in other videos. As a refresher, if you haven't heard about it before, I was leaving my former workplace in 2010 in Puerto Rico. My mom and my cousin picked me up. It was a rainy night, and the car skid off the road. It tumbled around a bit through a ditch, and I was in the back seat of the car sleeping, and essentially the trunk of the car ended up compacting inside into the back seat of the car. My face, even though I was wearing a seatbelt as well, since all that kind of compacted and tumbled around, my head really tumbled around, and I injured my mouth and my teeth back then. And it's been like an ongoing kind of thing to like kind of regain the tooth health and whatnot from that accident. I went through some dentists that in hindsight probably hurt more than helped in that sense. And now I'm pretty much starting a different process to kind of just replace some of the teeth that have been a little too damaged over time. You know, like for as well as you try to take care of it and whatnot, sometimes if it gets messed up by the same, you know, dentist or whatever that's supposed to kind of help you, there's not much that you can do. So I've been making do and putting off things as much as possible, and it's gotten to the point where certain procedures have to be done. So tomorrow is going to be that first phase of that procedure. It's going to be like a month-long thing, actually. So yeah, it's going to be very challenging. So if you see me actually wearing a mask or something throughout the remainder of this video series, is not so much because of like the aesthetics or whatnot. It's mostly because it is going to be pretty relatively graphic and disgusting and more than likely bloody, because I am pretty much a bleeder. I do bleed a lot, when always have, like whether I've gotten a cut or whenever an accident happens. Like, I really do bleed profusely. Even like when the times I've donated blood, like it doesn't take very long to just fill up the bag. It's just like, go in, prick me, the blood's out, I'm gone. You know, I almost actually feel better after donating blood. Like, there is a myth that people sometimes produce more blood than necessary. I don't necessarily really believe in it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's true either. So yeah, so I'll likely be wearing a mask for the remainder of this series. Again, mostly for my own protection, to not get any kind of infection or hurt myself while I'm doing these videos or doing something else. So it is going to be extremely challenging. It's going to be extremely painful. I don't know how much I'll be able to accomplish in these last 2 weeks, or at least during this week. And also on top of that, on Thursday, I'm going to start my last few sessions of physical therapy as well. So it's going to be a very physically intense week. That is definitely for sure. I will definitely do my best to keep working on Hell Beneath You and all the other properties that I'm working on, all my other comics and web comics, and let's see. Let's see. This one is going to be a challenge. It's definitely going to be a challenge. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll definitely like record a video of myself heading to the building, and after, if I'm well enough, I'll do one after I leave the building. So wish me luck. Although by the time this comes out, you know, all of this will have passed and hopefully I've been better. And actually, the second part of the procedure probably had already started by the time this comes out. So if all this time you've seen me doing live streams and videos with wearing a mask or not showing my face, it's mostly because of that, to kind of protect myself and my incisions and whatnot. If you're going to make comics, you have to prepare for it to be a long road to hell to finish that comic. I think that's like the realization of this whole thing. So I'm heading to my dental appointment. I'm running a couple minutes late, mostly because the trains, if you live in the city, you know the MTA is fantastic sometimes. So I hope I don't make it too late. I posted the trailer for this very series up on YouTube. I shared it and whatnot on my way here. So yeah, hopefully this procedure won't take too much out of me physically, and I'll be able to post something again today and work on my comics and such. I'm really running out of breath. Hey everyone, so I finished with this first procedure. I can't really talk too much. I have stitches in my mouth right now. So just wanted to give that update that I started this procedure, and this is something that's going to be kind of taking a year for everything to just to come together and be finished. So hopefully by this time next year everything will be close to finished at least. I'm just going to pick up some medication for all this and head home and hopefully rest for a little bit, and after that hopefully work on some comics. Hey guys, like I said, I can't really talk too much because I'm pretty much in a bit of pain still. I worked a little bit on the issue 3 draft for Hell Beneath You, and I just actually finished uploading to YouTube the trailer for this very series. It's very meta right now, I guess. Oh my goodness, it's kind of tough trying to talk with stitches in your gums. Anyway, yeah, it was kind of cathartic doing this video. I don't even remember if I mentioned it before while I was putting the video together. It was just, you know, in a way, looking where how you started and compared to how you're doing now, it's it's kind of cool, you know. It's, you know how sometimes people say you shouldn't look back into your past or you can't go back home again and stuff like that. Well, I've always thought that it's okay to look back every once in a while to at least kind of compare where you started and where you're standing now. You know, as long as you don't dwell on it, it's perfectly fine to revisit the past. Again, you know, if you forget your past, you're doomed to repeat it. I think those are very wise words that has come from before. So it's definitely okay to take a small peek back just to kind of compare notes and use that as a catapult to spring you forward as well. Oh man, I don't miss going to school in the winter. I have to say that. Like, I love the winter and I love the cold, but I don't like walking into snowstorms or walking in like sub-zero temperatures. Like, by then that's a little too cold. So yeah, I took some pills for the pain in my mouth right now. So for this segment, I'm just gonna like cut it off here. It is starting to kick in also, the pills. So let's see how I'm doing tomorrow. So you can't really talk much, as I stated before. I did have a procedure done on my mouth earlier today. I rested a good while and took a small nap after taking some medication. And I got working on putting together this teaser promotional art for Hell Beneath You. Manuel Carmona, excuse me, he's getting issue number 3 printed of Project New Wave, and he asked me to if I could send him some promotional artwork for Hell Beneath You to promote on his print version of his comics. So I put this together. It kind of combines the original, or at least the more well-known teasers that I had released, put them together to make a kind of a bigger teaser with this. If you look at it, it's kind of like there's the upside down Truthful Comics, and the font, the lettering that spells out the title Hell Beneath You. It almost looks like an upside down cross, so a lot of symbolism there, a lot of hopefully spooky elements. Hey everyone, just wanted to show you guys a book that I made. Yeah, I literally made this from cover to cover from scratch. This was when I was studying at SVA. It was a literal bookmaking class, and you'll like see some stains on it, and that's because on the final day that they were evaluating the books that were made, a classmate spilled some coffee on it. Luckily it didn't get too damaged, and the interior didn't get damaged at all, really. And the professor, she also had seen the process of all the work I had put in, so it wasn't like she didn't know it was in good conditions previous to what happened on that specific day. So I did everything from choosing the material on the cover to gluing it to the cardboard that's used specifically for these types of books. And this is an accordion book, so when you open it, it kind of opens up like an accordion. And it shows like one successive story. We had an option to pick from a list of fairy tales that she had given us, or choose one of our own if we didn't find anything that was, you know, our taste or didn't challenge us enough. So since I never really drawn animals too much, I challenged myself to do Hickory Dickory Dock. I don't know if you guys know that nursery rhyme, but it's basically a nursery rhyme that teaches children how to tell time. I just kind of give it my own small little twist. Of course, the cat had to come in at the end and destroy the clock and steal the cuckoo bird that comes out of it. So yeah, this is one of 3 booklets that I made. As I'm recovering and I slowly work on the first draft of issue 3, I saw this meme on Facebook. I haven't been online for too much due to the circumstances, and I saw this meme. It kind of has the font of like the major 80s franchises in terms of animations, like Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joes, Transformers, Thundercats, and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And I thought that was pretty freaking cool. I would have personally loved to have seen a little bit of Jem in there. I know it's quote-unquote a girl cartoon, but I used to watch it, and a lot of my male friends as kids would watch it also. Like, we really didn't care too much anyway. The same with, like, She-Ra. Like, the only ones that we wouldn't watch would be, like, Strawberry Shortcake and My Little Pony and that stuff. We really wouldn't watch that. I personally didn't really watch it because I didn't really like the story much. I guess I would have preferred the Care Bears over that, but Care Bears was more of kind of like a cartoon that wanted to appeal to boys and girls and whatnot. So I've just been thinking about the whole, nostalgia, and Spider-Man No Way Home is about to come out or already came out. I've been trying to avoid spoilers as well for that. So I know it was this week that it was coming out because of Christmas and whatever. I don't know, it's just kind of makes me think of, again, like the things that inspired me, the things that made me want to create, and these were definitely things that made me want to create, especially Ninja Turtles and Thundercats, actually. Like, I've always been more drawn to, like, the fantasy stuff, aside from, like, horror and superhero, obviously. Fantasy stuff has always been, like, a mainstay, like, even with movies as well. I grew up watching movies like Beastmaster and Conan and Red Sonja, and Legend. So, Willow, to an extent, The Princess Bride. So I had a healthy dose of fantasy, and I would like to make a fantasy story. Actually, I've been watching Adventure Time. I'm about to finish it, actually. And for the first time ever, I've been watching Adventure Time, and it's been kind of giving me ideas to revisit some fantasy stories that I had, and one fantasy story in particular that I didn't get to write about. I'll probably talk about it in another video or its own dedicated video if I do decide to make that story. But yeah, just like a random thing, I guess, that came to my mind as I was taking a small break from trying to write a little bit more of issue number 3.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. A jingle bell swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing a bushel.
It is Christmas Eve. I'm still under the effects of pills that I'm taking for that small procedure. I did manage to record and upload an Enter the Danger Zone episode where I talk about one of my favorite issues from Crimson, issue number 7, the Christmas issue. So I thought it would be fitting to kind of do an Enter the Danger Zone talking about that. And I actually really like that t-shirt that I'm wearing. It's a cat standing on its hind leg, and it's like, oh, look at me, I'm a human. It's just a funny shirt to wear. Anyway, I've been trying to work a little bit on issue number 3 on Hell Beneath You. It's kind of frustrating because I had gained so much momentum, and this week I've had to slow down again. This time not because I was like having problems with the pacing and trying to rearrange things, but because physically I'm just destroyed. This dental procedure took a lot more way out of me than I was expecting it to. And again, it's been a bit frustrating. I did the video, well, because I had committed myself to putting up a video every Friday on my YouTube. That was like my commitment to myself, regardless of it having fallen on, Christmas Eve, and the next video that's going to go up, it's going to fall on New Year's Eve as well. But again, like, that's what you have to do if you want to just put yourself out there. I really want my YouTube channel to have the best content it's ever had, and, really push it as much as possible. I've been gaining a lot of new followers on YouTube, which is fantastic. I've been gaining a lot of views, a lot of watch time, which is pretty cool. It feels like it's slowly starting to become what the channel had become at one point. So I'm very happy with that I've been consistently uploading, and despite me feeling the way I am now, I put up a video, also a simple video. As you see, I'm also covering myself in that video as well because of still I'm a little bit swollen in my face and whatnot as well. Like, I've been told that you can kind of notice it through the mask even. So yeah, I'm glad that at least I've been consistent in putting up the videos on YouTube. I've been consistent with doing these videos in particular, and actually working on my comic as well. It's been a comic that has been met with a lot of external challenges, that's for sure, but I guess I'm glad I'm documenting all this, so one day I can look back on this and think, what a long, strange ride comics is, man. And life, for that matter, too. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Randy, come on! Get up, Randy!
Wake up! No! Aside from posting more consistently on YouTube and trying to put a bit more effort into like the video production and whatnot, I've been making an effort to like give it a different look. So after 5 years, I finally changed the channel banner on YouTube. I was working a bit on this one. As you can see, Serene Chaos, Art of Lance Danger, daily videos, because I am going to start posting daily videos, especially when the new year starts, when I start uploading this series on YouTube. That's going to be going up on Wednesdays, so that'll be 2 dedicated videos a week, Wednesday and Friday, where I'll do Serene Chaos. No, not Serene Chaos, but The Long Road to Hell. That's going to be uploading Wednesdays, and then Fridays is going to keep alternating between Enter the Danger Zone and the Serene Chaos podcast until season 1 of the podcast ends anyway. I'll see what I'll do when that happens. But yeah, I just want to make a big effort into getting my YouTube out there more again, my Facebook art page, my social media accounts and whatnot. I was really thinking about, how all my plans went down the drain this year, and trying not to let it get me down, like trying not to let everything that's happened get me down. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, Christmas time is not really my favorite time of the year either, due to personal reasons. So, that's just like layer upon layer of stuff that can wear anyone down. But I keep pushing forward, Sometimes I think that's the only thing I really know how to do, just keep pushing forward. So I wrote a little bit more of issue 3, the first draft, and took a bit of a small break to kind of work on this, to kind of clear my head a little bit and keep myself busy too. I've also been kind of working around the apartment, trying to make it more efficient, especially my work area, because I do want to have like my area be efficient, that if I want to set things up to record the podcast, I can do it in a matter of seconds or minutes. Record, boom, finish. If I want to illustrate, I'll just move that to a certain specific spot, illustrate, boom, do that, finish. If I want to record videos, so on and so forth, just make things easier for me. It's like that old say, work smarter, not harder. And I am trying to like put out as much consistent content as possible, and hopefully at the start of the new year I'll be able to get some things going. Anyway, I'm going to probably tweak these a little bit. Like, I also have to like go back and forth to see that it looks well, not just on the laptop, but on the phone and the tablet as well. So, excuse me. I'm going to do a little bit of that and then rest a little bit. So Christmas is over. I spent Christmas pretty much working on stuff. Since I was feeling the way I was feeling physically, I really wasn't able to go out to see my friends for Christmas. My girlfriend, she was able to at least go and spend Christmas with our friends in North Carolina, which is definitely good. She definitely has been going through a lot herself, obviously. So, having that small kind of breather to just get away is definitely a good thing for her. Me, I've always been the type of person that I feel better when I throw myself into working on stuff. So this is kind of like more my speed anyway also. But yeah, this is of course me editing together all the videos from this week for this week's episode. It's kind of mind-blowing that there's only one more week, well, a week and 2 more days left of recording these. What a ride it's been. I'm not gonna lie, there were probably a couple of times that I felt like giving up. Like, this week was especially tough physically for me as well. Like, it's been rough. That's all I can really say. It's really been rough. But I'm glad I've been doing it. I'm glad that I've been able to do all this stuff and share this with whoever wants to watch this, and hopefully see this as I don't know, a way to inspire them to do their own thing, do their own creation. Maybe hopefully if they're going through a bad spot themselves, they can see that they're not alone, that many people are going through their own unique situations, and that sometimes you just have to find that strength within you to keep pushing forward and not give up. as long as it doesn't affect you physically and as long as it doesn't become a detriment to your mental health, you know, you have to keep pushing forward. You have to keep moving forward. You know, that's probably would be like the best present for me ever, that somebody will just say, your stuff inspired me to create my own things, and now I'm helping other people to create their things as well. It's all about paying it forward. You know, I'm standing on the shoulder of giants. I'm with every little thing that I do, whether it's video making, comic book making, songwriting, in a way I'm paying homage to those that inspired me, so that hopefully one day they'll know, or something, that they helped inspire me and somehow given me also strength to push through and do my own things as well, and just keep pushing it forward. And whoever becomes inspired inspires someone else, and so on and so on. Anyway, that's gonna be all for this week. Hopefully I'll be able to be a little more energetic in the final week, or at least in the final days of this video series. And once again, thank you all for watching. The best Christmas gift, the best gift period, is to give me your attention, and I really do appreciate that you give your time to watch these crazy experiments of mine. Anyway, it was a tough one, but I'm gonna say it anyway, even if it hurts. This was a flawless victory. Take care, everyone, and I hope you all enjoyed your holidays.